8-pin king. New year, new vibe. What's up, guys? BrunsNick's back, and I'm here to introduce the Arctic Vibe from Hammer. It's a brand new ball for the brand new year. CT Max hybrid. It's got HK22 and some wild colors. Now, I can't wait to see what this updated version does on the lanes with SPECTO running, of course. But before we get into that, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Now, let's see what Arctic Vibe is all about. All right, it's time to talk about Arctic Vibe. Wild looking ball, kind of goes with a theme right now. That radioactive vibe, bright yellow, biohazard yellow, and now we got this white and snow purple kind of a look. We got the original Vibe core in here, no changes there. RG's 2.51, differential 042. And the CT Max hybrid is finished at 500, 1000, 1500 compound. Very popular finish. We want to see some skid flip. It's got the hybrid on there as opposed to the solid. HK22, of course. Bowling on crown jewel pattern. My favorite house pattern here at the Brunswick HQ. 43-foot pattern. A lot of oil in the middle. And of course, always check out the merch on Inside Bowling. Got a collaboration page on BrunsNick. Link is in the description. So we're going to try it out. We got SPECTO running. I'm going to start out. We're going to move it in. We're going to put this ball through the paces. So let's get started. So I always start with my left foot on 15 board and give it a shot. We don't do a whole lot of different between these reviews. We try to keep them all the same. We drill them all the same. That way, if I ever want to get back and try one after another or compare them, I can do that. So let's see what this first shot does. Whoa! So, first shot out of the gate. Now, this ball is definitely going to trick my eye. The bright white, there's not a whole lot of contrast with the purple. I can't really see what it's doing, but I can see what that ball did through the pins, and I'm sure you did too. Came off the spot really hard and just obliterated the rack, went right through the 8-9. Flare should be no different. I mean, no changes in core. It's going to be really hard to see on this ball. Let's just assume it's the same. How about let's go there? Good with me? Shake on it? Okay, good. The Radioactive Vibe was one of the most angular balls I've probably ever thrown. You know, it's a solid HK22 ball. It just went sideways off the patterns for me. I'm hoping to see this one's going to be a little bit different. Hybrid, I don't know, we might see even more skid flip, but we'll see. It's a little bit in. Man. Okay, I probably missed a board or so in, board and a half, in the oil a little bit longer, but once it hits that dry, whew, so I'm kind of getting that radioactive vibe kind of feel, but yeah, so far 2 shots in, a lot of back-end reaction out of this Arctic Vibe. Vibes have always been that mid-range ball that in the hammer line that's kind of stood the test of time, right? The performance has been there. There's been all different types of variations of the Vibe, more or so updates. The core really hasn't changed, but the covers have and the cover technology has, and now with HK22, we're starting to see a lot more violent reactions on the back, and I think we're seeing that. I'm just gonna throw one more shot in there. That spot right there looks really good. I missed a little in last shot. Ah, tough break. All right, probably got a little firmer there. You know, we're gonna see what this ball does now as we start moving in. You know, for those that are new to the channel, we move 5 boards at a time. And also, shout out, I got noticed at the supermarket by my new friend Bob. So if you're watching, thanks for watching the channel, and thanks for saying hi in person there. It's always fun to see people in the wild, as I call it, outside of a bowling alley that recognize me. So it's really cool. All right, let's move 5. Let's start moving it in. Let's start opening angles and see what the Arctic Vibe can do. So now we'll be standing on 20 with my left foot and give it a little swing. Wrap 10 already. All right. So with that 040's diff, you know, these balls don't flare a lot. And with the compound finish, it's actually a little bit shiny. So I always recommend if this ball goes a little long to you, you know, hit it with surface, knock down the shine. I did that with the Ocean Vibe and it really came to life. It was pretty uncontrollable, shiny. When I hit it with surface, it made it a whole different ball. I always recommend that. Now this is fresh oil pattern. I haven't bowled any games on it yet, so this is all just encountering oil. So this ball I expect to maybe struggle a little bit as I move in. Very good from straight. Oh, I grabbed it. Get it. Man, can't get that messenger connect. It's all right. That was a horrific shot, if I must say so. A lot of loft. Grabbed it at the bottom. Not my crowning achievement. So I'm gonna relax a little bit. Try not to make it hook. I think that's the problem, is when I get into some of these like more mid-range balls, I try to make them hook. When in actuality, you know, you should just let the ball do what it wants to do and be that part of the bag. There. Oh man, all right. A little bit of a hang spot out there. Got a little wider, much better off the hand. The ball's just kind of skating in the oil a little bit. It's plenty of length. I'm not getting that huge flip as I open up my angles. Let's try another one. I'll try to get my eyes in just a little bit. Try not to swing it as far. There we go. Just snug up the line a little bit, shut down the angles a little bit, and the ball went through fine. So that big left to right, you know, I think that's going to be a theme we might see in this video. You know, I'm going to move 5 more now. Will be 10 left. And we're going to see if this ball responds better. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. When I open up the angles, get that axis rotation a little bit more on the side, get that ball to come off it harder. So we're 10 left now, standing 25. And we're going to see. So far, when I've tried to open up my angles, I ran into trouble. Eight pin king. All right, so the combination of a little bit slower ball speed, a little bit more around the side, made that ball read up actually perfect. Obviously, left an 8 pin because you know what? That's just what I do. All right, that shot, that ball looked great. So slowing down the speed a little bit really helps this ball recover. Let's try it again. Get up. I'll tell you what, when that ball decides to change directions and change direction hard, it just, there's no doubt about it. The only time I've seen it struggle is when it kind of goes too far down the lane and doesn't slow down. What do I always say? The ball has to slow down in order to strike consistently. So 2 shots there, pretty darn good. Stone 8, flush, pretty much identical shots. We're gonna move it 5 more. So we'll be 10, 15, bad at math, 15 left. I'll be standing on 30 now with my left foot. We're gonna open up the angles even more. Not gonna try a big, huge swing here. Oh, and I did it anyway. Yeah, can't do that. So there are limitations, you know. This definitely isn't like a hammer effect or a black widow. It's not meant to be. It's made to be right in the middle, you know, and with HK22, there's all different variations of the additive package. And with this CT Max Hybrid, a lot more length, not as much like traction. That's what I'm seeing right now. So I send it out wide. I pay the penalty. So I need to get my eyes in, got to make my target down lane, probably like 6 or 7. I don't want to be outside of 5 at the 40-ish foot mark there. Let's try it again. Better. Yep, that was probably 5.5 board at the break point. Ball went through the pins, fantastic. So out of box, for me, it's all about kind of managing my launch angles and my ball speed. If I overthrow it and it goes behind the head pin, I'm in trouble. That's what we're seeing from the Arctic Vibe so far. Let's try one more shot there. I think I can duplicate that with precision. Because as you all know, I'm the most precise. Oh, golly. 2-pin. Yep. All right. I lied. I'm not that precise. I would never claim to be the most accurate YouTuber in the history because I'm not. So, missed wide twice, left the same exact thing twice. If I keep the ball in, ball strikes a lot. I'm gonna move 5 more. We're gonna be 20 left, the end of the road. We're gonna throw a couple shots and see, now that my left foot's on 35, I might not even hit the head pin if I get it out past 5 board right now. Right at 5. All right, just outside of it. Probably got just right on the edge of the no-go zone. Came back fine, but I have a feeling if I miss it just a little bit at the bottom, or if I speed up or just miss my launch to the right, probably gonna pay the ultimate price. So I'm gonna get loose with it. I'm gonna see what happens if I just send it. I don't think I'm gonna hit the head pin, but we'll see. If anything, playing more oil, I don't know if that's gonna help, but I'm just gonna throw it. Oh, it's in. Yeah, I just can't fire it through the front. This ball needs friction in order to work properly. So, where is this ball best gonna fit in the bag? You know, for most players, it's not gonna be your first ball out of the bag. When the lanes have already had some play on them and they got some friction built in, that's when you get into your stronger symmetricals, those mid-range balls that kind of give you a little more length without having to try so hard. You get out of your asims, getting the symmetricals. I'm gonna move back right. This is a mid-range ball, so I'm gonna move it back 10. Now I'm gonna move back 15. And I'm gonna play a little straighter. Now the lanes are broken down a little bit more. So I'll be on 20 board with my foot, my left foot. Let's throw one shot and let's wrap this thing up, yeah? Yeah, quite the mixer. So, pretty versatile ball. It could kind of handle its own on the inside, moving in, but I really wouldn't recommend it, not without surface. So, Arctic Vibe, if you have any questions, comments, please put them below. I read them all. And as always, check out the merch on Inside Bowling. Pick up a shirt or two. Really appreciate it. Helps things out. So, till then, please subscribe. Talk to you guys later.